Okay, so day 4. Five minutes starting now. White to move. Has king, queen, 2 rooks, a bishop, 6 pawns. Black has king, queen, 2 rooks, a knight and 6 pawns. So already we have an imbalance of a light square bishop for a knight. Other features of the position are White's king is in the centre. I presume he still has the right to castle. The right to castle kingside, that is. The H file is open, which is a typical attacking route for a battery. The f7 rook is pinned to black's king by the bishop on b3. So black has 1 check on h4. White has 1, 2 checks. White has 1, 2 captures. Black has 1 capture on f3. Oh no, he can't capture on f3 because it's pinned. Silly boy. White can threaten mate by playing queen to h2. I suppose you could call knight c5 a threat, since it threatens to free up black's pieces, but maybe. Anyway, so the forcing threat queen h2 is what black has to deal with. We're threatening mate on h7, so queen h2 threatening queen h7 and queen h8 checkmate. Black can't take the queen, he can't block it. Well, he can block it with queen h4, but that doesn't achieve anything. So the only option left is escape. And the only route he has... Right, yeah, I mean he can try and defend the square with knight f6, but that doesn't defend both squares, it only defends h7. And moving the rook is just a back rank mate on h8. So queen h2, the most resilient, in quotes, defense would be queen h4, check, queen takes h4. And probably knight f6, queen h8 mate. So a very simple combination of pin and battery on the h file. Have I missed anything? It's white to move, yes. Queen h2. The only check is on the railway tracks. attacking pieces can't be captured, can't be blocked, squares can't be defended, the black king can't escape. Its mate in 1, 2. Wait, it's mate in 2 because. Wait, no. Queen h2 takes h4 and h8 mate. So mate in 3. And now I'll give a quick critique of my thinking process. Although I'm very clear on the result here. So for critiquing my thought process, there's one sort of pseudo threat for white, which is doubling up on the d file. I didn't really properly look at that, although, like I said, it's a pseudo threat. I could be a bit more streamlined with my thinking still. I didn't clearly define the candidates. In this case, there's only one real forcing candidate to speak of, and the rest would be just looking at positional ones. So the one real forcing candidate to look at is Queen h2 because it threatens mate in 1. And then I can perhaps organise my thoughts about black's defence by saying, okay, black has to defend this mate in 1, so he has limited ways to defend it. And then list the defensive resources. So defensive resources are any checks. Queen h4 is the only check, also the only blocking move. Knight f6, which leaves queen h8. And the only other piece that can move is the rook on f8, which is just open to a back rank. You know, it doesn't allow black to escape. I'm just going to quickly take a 10-minute take. I don't think I'll take the full 10 minutes, but I just want to try and make a more streamlined take as practice. So we have a 10-minute section. So starting up again, we have white move. White has king, queen, 2 rooks, a bishop and 6 pawns. Black has king, queen, 2 rooks, a knight and 6 pawns. So we have an imbalance on light square bishop for knight. Second thing to look at after material is, well, forcing moves really, but just generally, white's king is more exposed in a sense, but then again, black's king has the h file, which is open and controlled by white's rook. And his king kind of trapped, right? While white's king could kind of run around. Anyway, checks. White has 1, 2 checks. Black has 1. Black has a hanging knight on d7. White's pawn on f3 would be hanging, but the rook is pinned to black's king for the time being. So for threats, white can threaten mate in 1 with queen h2. White can threaten to take the hanging knight by doubling on the d file. Any other threats? Does black have any threats? I guess you could consider knight c5 a threat, but that's by the by. So those are forcing moves. So forcing candidates. There's only one plausible forcing candidate really, since white can't threaten anything else alongside. Um, well, with the threat on the knight on d7, there isn't any parallel threat white can do while doing that. So the threat of mate is also, I suppose I should say it's more forcing, right? We're threatening mate in one. So black doesn't have, well, he has one intermediate move, which is queen h4, to interfere with the mating threat. That just loses the queen. Right, it doesn't do anything to improve black's situation in the material losses. Bad as well. Other ways for black to defend include knight f6, which leaves h8 open for the mate. And the only other move is moving the rook from f8. No matter where he moves it, queen h8 is also mate. So black can delay mate by one move with queen h4 check, but mate is inevitable. So the line goes queen h2, queen h4 check, queen takes h4. Let's say knight f6 just for the sake of it, since there's nothing better, and queen h8 mate. There are no other defences. I think that's pretty clear. It's the top forcing candidate, and the only real forcing candidates anyway. And we don't need to go into positional considerations because there's a winning tactical combination. Well, not even really a combination. Winning tactical idea. I don't really need the rest of the 5 minutes. Let's stop that. Oh, it's ready for my next video. Is there anything else to look at from this? I don't think so. I'll have to listen to this back, but I think that's it. I might do another puzzle for today as an extra, since this one has been very easy. But as I said before, it's about the method training more than the difficulty of the puzzle. Although as the difficulty of the puzzle ramps up, the difficulty of the method training also ramps up. Anyway, that's it for this one, and see you on the next puzzle.